Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Omar, and inshallah today we'll be talking about Abu Kamil, the Egyptian calculator. Let's start by talking about Abu Kamil's life and times. So, although not much is known about Abu Kamil's life in general, we do know that he was an Egyptian who lived from 850 to 930 Anno Domini. So, he lived during the Muslim Golden Age. And a few small facts about Abu Kamil is that he is considered the first mathematician to systematically use and accept irrational numbers as solutions and coefficients to equations. And on top of that, he was the first to work with algebraic equations with powers higher than 2, which was something absolutely uncommon at the time. And according to Wikipedia, he illustrated the rules of signs for expanding the multiplication a plus or minus b times c plus or minus d and solved sets of nonlinear simultaneous equations with three unknown variables. And this basically means that he solved, sets of nonlinear, not y equals x, simultaneous equations, which are systems of equations with three unknown variables. So that's x, y, and z. So that's a lot, mashallah, tabarakallah. Now, let's talk about some of his contributions to the field of mathematics. Probably one of Abu Kamil's most influential works in the field of mathematics is Kitab fil Jabr wal Muqabala, or The Algebra. Now, this is interesting because Al Khwarizmi, another mathematician, had already written a book called The Algebra. So, what gives? Abu Kamil had actually come after Al Khwarizmi and wrote his book, The Algebra, to go into more depth on what Al Khwarizmi had already written in his book. This is made clear because Al-Khwarizmi's book, The Algebra, addresses the general public, while Abu Kamil's book addresses other mathematicians who are already more knowledgeable in the field of mathematics. And in his book, Abu Kamil solves systems of equations whose solutions are whole numbers and fractions, and accepted irrational numbers in the form of a square root or a fourth root as solutions and coefficients to quadratic equations. But Abu Kamil didn't stop there. He didn't only contribute to algebra. In fact, he contributed heavily to geometry with his book Kitab al-Masaha wal-Handasa, which is basically a manual of geometry which presents a set of rules for calculating the volume and surface area of solids, mainly right circular prisms, square pyramids, and circular cones. The first few chapters contain rules for determining the area, diagonal, perimeter, and other parameters for different types of triangles, rectangles, and squares. So he contributed very, very heavily in what we consider the basics of geometry today. So now let's connect some of Abu Kamil's contributions to what we've learned so far in math. Looking back at what we've learned, I think we can really see Abu Kamil's contributions shine when it comes to foundational math concepts we have today, such as the surface area and volume of solids, and the properties of shapes and triangles, and all those things that really build up to those foundational geometric concepts that we have today, and the more high level algebraic concepts, such as solving for three unknown variables that really lead up to that higher level math that is needed to continue in the mathematics field. That's it for this video on Abu Kamil, inshallah. I really hope you appreciated and you benefited from this video, and inshallah we can take some time to appreciate the contributions of other mathematicians that have done so much for us in this field of mathematics. جزاكم الله خير. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.